So, what is this? This is Rakdos Madness. This is a deck for Pauper that comes in at roughly 8 ticks. So, $8 thereabouts for the entire deck. The entire deck, fully upgraded. And, yeah, it's basically what you want to do is you want it. It's technically a graveyard deck, but it's also sort of not, kind of. It's kind of a self-discard deck. So what you want to do is you want to draw and discard cards. And you've got a million ways to do so. You have 16 ways to do it. So you got the classic Faithless Looting. Please don't ban it in Modern. I'm not going to say it again. Modern was more fun back then. That's another talk for another day, though. So draw 2, discard 2, and it's got flashback for 3 mana. Fantastic, right? Insolent Neonate is a 1 mana 1/1 with menace, and you can discard a card and sacrifice it to draw a card. You've got Thrill of Possibility, which is Tormenting Voice at instant speed, and then you've Merchant of the Veil, which has Haggle, which is 1 red for an instant adventure spell. You can cast, when you cast this, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Now, why are we looking to do this? Well, we have a lot of cards that do some really cool and powerful things, but they're a little overcosted. Like, for example, Alchemist Greeting here. 4 and a red for a sorcery, deal 4 damage to target creature. Not that great. Not that great. However, if you discard it, you can pay 1 in a red and just cast it anyway. That's a much better rate now. Same with Fiery Temper. 3 mana to deal 3 damage to any target, but Madness is red. That's basically Bolt. You have Dark Withering, which is 1 black for a Doomblade if you discard it. And then Psychotic Episode is basically a Super Thoughtseize, essentially. It's really, really sweet. It's really, really sweet. I really like it. Then we have Grape Scrambler, which is a 2/2 for 4 mana, but if you discard it, you can pay the Madness cost for 2, and when it enters the battlefield, if you pay the Madness cost, which you want to all the time, you return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. And then we have Reckless Worm, which is a 5 mana 4/4 trample. Again, not great rate, but it's 3 mana if you discard it. And then finally we've got some Underworld Chargers, because they're 3 mana 3/3s, they can't block, but you can just use some of the discard fodder that you've been popping into the bin and just exile a bunch of them, and it becomes a 5/5. So that's pretty sick too. Oh, we got a couple of messages here. Hello, Nate Finley. You like to see better cycling cards for non-blue and Pauper. I agree. Make Tortex good again, I think. Spoilers, Nate, are yeah, spoilers are sick, bro. Have you seen the new blue cards? I'll happily talk more about the blue cards. I remember when Fiery Temper was in standard and you could pay that 2 mana 4/3 to just discard. Turn them into bolts. Yeah, for sure. Like, just get value off of this stuff. You know, this is the whole idea of this deck, is just generate value. Like Thrill of Possibility, it's an additional cost is to discard a card. But if you're discarding something like Fiery Temper, you're getting the value out of it, and you're drawing 2 cards. Like, that's sick. That is sick. I'm only going to talk about the 2 cards that I got particularly excited about, because I did just go on a big rant about them. So just bear with me on this. But this one, Cunning Nightbonder, 2 hybrid Dimir mana for a 2/2 human rogue with flash. Spells you cast with flash cost 1 less and can't be countered. Screw you, Tovin's Veto. Well, no, it's, yeah, well, do instants count there? Or would it have to be like sorceries with flash, or like, oh, would it be like the enchantments with flash and stuff? You know what? Doesn't matter. It's all good. But this is sick. This is really sick anyway. It reduces all your flash creatures by 1. That's gross. That is gross. And then there's also Sea Dasher Octopus. This one, dude. Curious Obsession is back, baby. 3 mana for a 2/2 with flash, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card, but you can mutate it for 2 mana. So you can attack with, like I said earlier, you can attack with a Spectral Sailor, and if it's unblocked, you're like, nah, before damage, flash this on. It becomes a 2/2 now, and it also retains the flying and the ability to pay 4 to draw a card. Also, it's just dealt damage. I now draw a card also. Like, this card is bonkers. This card is so good. This card is insane. Mono Blue Tempo is back, baby. Also, I would put this in as copies 5 and 6, I would say, of Curious Obsession in Pioneer. I would be definitely trying out Mono Blue Tempo in Pioneer now. 4 Brazen Borrower, 2 of this, 4 Curious Obsession, 4 Spectral Sailor, 3 or 4 Merfolk Trickster, Brineborn Cutthroat. Like, the deck builds itself. It's so powerful. And then also you still have like access to some of the best take cards that are available at the moment in the form of Mystical Dispute and Aether Gust. You can just sideboard like 4 each, or even main deck a couple, depending on how your meta shapes out. Like, I'm so excited. So excited. It's insane. It's insane. I talk quickly about this because I'm very excited. But with this deck, sorry, just got to jump into the sideboard very quickly so that you can actually, you know, shout at me for doing the wrong thing or whatever. When we're sideboarding, we've got 2 red elemental blasts. This is the list from MTG Goldfish, so I would probably build this a little bit differently. I would probably go 4 red elemental blasts, or hydroblasts, pyroblasts, my mistake. We also have, excuse me, 4 Vampiric Link. Enchant creature, when it deals damage, you gain that much life. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Then you've got 3 Chainer's Edict. Target player sacks a creature and it's got flashback, so you can get some value if you have to discard it. Fairy Macabre, you can discard it at instant speed to exile up to 2 cards from graveyards. Nice and handy. And then Psychotic Haze, deal 1 damage to each creature and each player, but it's got Madness, so it's our little cheap sweeper. So it's quite nice. But that is it. Let's jump into a game or two here. You're going to build a deck with 4 Shifting Ceratops of 4 Fry. Listen, right? Don't you dare plague mare me, baby. Don't you dare plague mare me. They're called Plague Mate now. For anybody that doesn't get the reference, there was someone ages and ages ago used to come onto my stream and challenge me to a game, and I'd always stupidly say yeah, and I would, and then they would come on and I would be playing whatever deck I'm playing for the day, except they would come on with the perfect like anti-deck, you know. So like I'd be playing an aggro deck, to be like, oh, I want to play, and they'd play mono life gain, you know, or I'd play tokens and they'd play like main deck 17 sweepers, and I'm like, you know. And at one point I kind of lost the rag at one stage. I'm gonna keep this. It's not amazing, but I'll go with it. I kind of lost the rag at one point. I played out a bunch of tokens, and then they just like played main deck Plague Mare and killed all my tokens, and I kind of lost it. So, yep, that's what happened there. I was sick of that shit. Radiant Fountain. We could be playing against, who plays that again? Orzhov Control. That was another one that I was going to play today, actually. I'm happy to looting for no value here, because it's going to be a while until I can get some madness costs on these Yokies. So I'm okay to pitch this. I'm going to pitch a Carnarium anyway, because I think we're good for land. And actually, maybe I'll just pitch the mountain as well. Yeah, I think we're kind of good for land. This doesn't require a whole lot to play. Kind of needs like end game. You're looking at like 5-6 mana, and we already have 4 thanks to these 3 lands alone. So, is it colors? I don't know of a deck that runs. I don't know what that's for. Okay. I'll play Carnarium. I'll bounce this to my hand. Oh, I tilted so hard. I felt bad at the time, but then I remembered that they were main decking hate and specifically targeting me. So like, that's shite form. Don't do that. I feel like I'm just going to end up having everything countered here. The fact that they haven't done anything yet either. I feel like this is too slow a start, and I should have reconsidered these old Grape Scramblers. But we'll see how this goes. Oh god, Whispers of the Muse. Yeah, this is gonna be a long game, I think. You don't play Whispers of the Muse if you're here for a good time, not a long time. All right. So I think I want a flashback looting here. I've got no real good things to do, but I'll pitch the Fiery Temper, and I think I'm gonna pitch Charger. Yeah. Yes, I'll target your face, I guess. But yeah, Ikoria, it looks to be insane. Absolutely insane. It's like Monster Hunter on crack. It's fantastic. I love it. Everything I've seen so far, I love. Now, granted, something tells me that, you know, the way that Magic is going these days, it's likely to be oh, why you bug me? It's likely that there's something in the set that's going to break Standard or Pioneer or something. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. We'll get through it. We'll get through it, everybody. Don't worry about it. I really feel like I'm just going to walk myself into counter after counter here. I'm starting to see an immediate weakness of the deck, and that is if you don't have a discard outlet, this is probably just real bad. So yeah, exclude's gross. Exclude is real gross. God. We're gonna have some sideboarding to do. We're gonna have some sideboarding for sure. Yup. Swiftwater Cliffs. Another Reckless. We're not gonna resolve anything in this game, are we? Yeah, it's a weird one because I've played Mardu Tortex, I've played Golgari Tortex, Abzan Tortex, Sultai Tortex, Rakdos Tortex. This feels very much like the kind of deck that would benefit to have Tortex, but I don't know. It seems weird. It's just really going ham on Madness, and honestly, I don't think it's the right. Like, I don't think Alchemist Greeting is good enough at all. Like, if you're gonna have a high damage based removal spell, if you're gonna do more than 3 damage, do 5 damage, because at least be able to kill some stuff. You know what I mean? Let's go swing with this and see what they do. The fact that we now have a discard outlet is quite nice, because we can. It is kind of cool that we're able to sort of. We can hold up to real possibilities so that we can end step like Reckless Worm or something like that to sort of overload their counter spells. You know what I mean? Repeal. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna thrill a possibility, and I'm gonna discard Reckless Worm. Boop. And we'll pay for it. Boop. Boop. And boop. Sure, that's fine. So, Flame Slash. What did I just tell you about? If you're gonna main deck, if you're gonna like add removal spells, have it do 5 damage. Why do you have to prove me wrong like immediately? What a jerk. What a jerk. Okay, so I think honestly we can kind of just work. We can work pretty instant speedily here, because we can haggle at instant speed and throw out the Reckless Worm. We can also Psychotic Episode at instant speed, which is kind of nice. But honestly, it feels like Psychotic Episode is just not going to do a whole lot here, because I don't know. We can try. We have enough mana to be able to discard Psychotic Episode to Insolent Neonate and cast it, and then haggle a Grave Scrambler and get back Reckless Worm. And I think it's probably best to do it. Yeah, so I think I know the deck that we're playing here now. This is likely, is it Pieces or is it Flurry? Which is basically a creatureless card. Or sorry, creatureless deck. And it looks to win with Flurry of Horns. So I'm going to respond to this by haggling. Grape Scrambler. Madness. Draw an Insolent Neonate. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll cast Grape Scrambler. I'll pay the one and yeah, one in the black. You want to counter that? That is fine, because I can now discard Grave Scrambler with all this on the stack. This stack is getting a bit ridiculous, not gonna lie. One in a black. Blom blom. Still getting it anyway. I'm gonna get back the Reckless Worm. Yeah. Use the ability. Yes, I would like to. Then I also get to draw a card, so I'm still at 7 cards in hand. This isn't bad. This isn't bad. Now that we're getting the engine going, we're kind of doing all right. Kind of doing all right. That was all in response to this, and now they've basically tapped out, so we can kind of just do what we want here. Let's see what happens if we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What did they get? They took Rolling Thunder and Pieces of the Puzzle. Okay. Basic land cycling, sure. Okay, so end step. I think I want to Insolent Neonate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna see, like, so if I draw into one card here and it's a land, what can I do? An untapped land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I discard to this, I'm gonna discard Psychotic Episode, Madness, cast Psychotic Episode targeting you, pay 1 in a black. I'm gonna take I think I take Mystic Sanctuary here. Yeah, I think I take Mystic Sanctuary because that'll allow them to start looping if they want. So now that we got rid of that, we get to draw a card. And if it's an untapped land, we can haggle a Reckless Worm out as well. At some point. Nice. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to go to combat and attack. We've actually churned through our deck. We're nearly halfway through our deck already, which is it's quite impressive, gotta say. So what do we want to avoid here? What have they got in hand again? They have Lightning Bolt Repeal, Swirling Sandstorm, Rolling Thunder, Pieces of the Puzzle. That's as much as I think we know. Because they just drew a card for the turn, so that puts them on 6, yeah. So I'm going to haggle. Yes, I would like to haggle. A Reckless Worm. I'm going to cast it using this mana. Yeah, if they have something, that's fine. Exclude, yeah, okay. Exclude was a great draw for them, actually. Really good draw. Instep. Okay, Mountain. What can we do here? Albert, if you're looking to request a song, you can do it like the Nightbot just says there. You can request it using bits if you wish. I don't have an automated thing set up, unfortunately, because I'm not that well inclined when it comes to technological stuff. Okay, so we have to work out, it's not a good idea to run out our merchant now, and the reason for that is because, or not our merchant, our Reckless Worm, because they have Sandstorm in hand, which means we need to work around that, because now they've got Threshold. So I think we just try and run on instant speed around this stuff. Yeah, like this feels like it's kind of a bait for us to do something about. Like, now that they're tapped out, we should go do this thing, I think is how they're trying to put it across. But I don't think it's a very good thing for us to do. It's a hell of a weird card, Whispers of the Muse. Bolt. Yeah, fair. Bolt is a thing. End step, I will haggle. Starting to build up just rando creatures on the side here, so that's something. I feel like this is not going to go well. It's probably getting countered. Jeez, how many off the top excludes are they getting? So that bolt is gone. They've... Oh, that was kind of rough. I think I'm gonna cast one of these boyos. Their activated ability is actually pretty decent, truth be told. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pass with this. I think maybe. Because end step, we can get rid of these Dark Witherings because they're not really going to have any targets. So, pieces, that's gross. That's like all 4 pieces now at this point, is it? So they got rid of Boiler Works and that. So they took Exclude and Bolt. We're going to discard Dark Withering. And then I'm gonna pay for it using this stuff. I think I want to get rid of an Instant Neonate here. It's not really doing anything. I know it's technically a redraw, but like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Okay, opponent. So we know that the bolt's gone. They've got so many cards in hand. I don't think we're going to be able to grind through this. They are starting to draw cards quicker than us, though, which is pretty good for us. I'm going to cast as Merchant. If they want to exclude it, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna cast this. Do you have another counter spell? Do you have another one? Oh my god. Okay, sure. Sure. Carnarium. At least you can't counter my land drops, right? Bounce the bog. Fuck. Okay. It looks like we have to just keep jamming things into our opponent's counter spells and just hope that they draw out before we can do anything. So that exclude is gone. That pieces is now gone. We know of 3 cards in their hand. Sure. What do you reveal? They got a clear the mind. Okay. That's rough. I needed them to not draw that this turn. Yeah. They're back up to 43 cards. Alright. We're likely not getting anywhere here. I think I'm just going to play out the Neonate. It's impressive how much they've been able to actually deal with everything that we've done so far. Pretty much perfectly. Pretty much perfectly, despite the endless value that we've been gaining. Another pieces, sure. They just got an impulse. That's fine. My impulse now. Yep. I think they're going to start looking for Flurry of Horns here. Flurry of Horns is 4 and a red sorcery. Put 2/3 Minotaur, red Minotaur creature tokens with haste onto the battlefield. It can be got off of pieces of the puzzle and that kind of thing, so that's kind of nice. But it also allows you to just run a very heavy control package that eventually you will do a couple of different... Okay, hold on. So here... This should prevent them from drawing a card here. Please don't counter this. Nice. I think I'm getting back a Reckless Worm. Yes, I would love to use Grape Scrabbler's ability. I could have gotten another Grape Scrabbler, but to be honest, it's not a big deal. Let me draw a card. I'm good with doing a haggle here. Pitching this Grape Scrabbler, getting back another Grape Scrabbler. Maybe. Does that make sense? Grape Scrabbler. Pay 1 in the black. Boop, boop. Target Grape Scrabbler. Yes. And then thrill the possibility, discarding Grape Scrabbler. This is our card advantage engine here. Our opponent wins by having more time left on the clock, probably. What are we gonna get here? It's another Reckless Worm. Yes. So now I've got 2 Reckless Worms in hand. I've got 3 Grave Scrabblers on the field, and all that was at instant speed, and now I have an Underworld Charger as well. Like, this feels okay now. This feels okay. They usually win with Flurry of Horns, but it's looking like they probably ain't gonna get there. Maybe. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I think now is a reasonable time to bog them. Because now they can't use the Sandstorm in their hand. If you want to bolt, that's okay. That's okay. You go take 4, that's fine. I'm gonna play out a merchant. And what happens if I play out a charger here? I can still... No. Okay, I have to hold on to this. I basically can hold up Thrill of Possibility to discard a Reckless Worm or use it for a Dark Withering, or... Yeah, there's a number of things I have access to here, so I think I would rather just hold on. I think what we have to do is we have to tax the resources that we can manage more so than anything else. Do I care about this? I'm gonna activate it one time. This could be a way to get me in trouble here, but I'm gonna pitch the charger. And then I'm gonna pay it again. I'll pitch the Fiery Temper. Oh, yeah, let's cast this from Madness at your face. I'll pay red. This is game 1, and we are 15 turns in, and we've 9 minutes left on the clock. This is not a fast deck. Well, actually, no. I honestly, if our opponent was playing like a faster deck, we would probably be done by now. We'd have either won or lost at this stage. So, it's kind of one or the other. Okay. Are they bringing back... They're going to return Bog and then Bog us. I did not see the Tragic Lesson return Bog line. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Our opponent knows what they're doing. Opponent knows what they're at. Where they're going. So that's both chargers gone if they do that. Flames out. They are endless removal. Oh god. Yeah. Sure. Sure. That's fine. God, this has been rough. Let's go to combat. Whoop. I think I'm gonna do this main phase. I'm gonna cast Reckless Worm. Yeah, draw 2. Bogging them now is actually pretty good because they won't be able to turn on Sandstorm using like a pieces or anything like that here, so that's pretty decent. And honestly, I think we actually just run this out. Yeah, basically present lethal, deal with multiple things, or you're in serious trouble. Probably the best thing that we can do. Probably. Hoping to thin the deck. Let's go. I do really like the As a Flurry deck. It's just, it's real slow. Like, if you're in for a long game, that's the deck to play. You want to feel big brain, but here's a Rolling Thunder for a lot. But we needed to get it out of their hands, so we needed to do something. So this is for 2, 7, 8. They can kill the 2 Reckless Worms. We're running out of gas, like really, really hard running out of gas. Yeah, kill the 2 worms, that's fine. They're tapped out though. Means whatever we land here would resolve. Looting's a great draw. Looting is an insane draw here. I'm gonna pitch a Bloodfell Caves and a Reckless Worm. Cast the Reckless Worm. It feels like we had like 40 Reckless Worms so far this game. But I'm pretty good with it. I'm gonna go to combat first in case they have any sort of dumb shenanigans that I for some reason can't think of. Then I'm gonna flashback looting because it's one of my favorite things to do in all of Magic. I'm going to discard Bloodfell Caves and Mountain. Then I'm going to bog them again to be sure that they can't do anything about it. And they have to use actual removal that they might have. These Dark Witherings feel terrible, but gotta do what we gotta do. They're digging for an answer. Let's see if we can get them. We probably can't, but we're giving it a good go. We're giving it a good go. I feel like this is just going to be a best of one. It's very unlikely that we're going to be able to get a second game in here, considering we're down to 7 minutes. I would be okay with doing a concession and trying to squeeze one more game in. Jeez, there's just no end to this. There's just no end to this. Get an impulse back? Yeah, sure. It's already 5:30. Wow. Wow. I forgot that card was in our deck, and it looks real bad here. I'm gonna go ahead and save ourselves some time. Gonna go ahead and save some time. The deck of theirs does slap. It absolutely does. It is gonna be probably on my list this week. I'm gonna do the what I feel is the right thing, and concede out of the game there. My main reason for that is because honestly I want to be able to actually get an additional game in before I have to go. Because we did have a good bit of talk about the spoilers and stuff. I got delayed going on because I had to update an article that I'm releasing this week on hipsters. So yeah, I had to do that. I had to do my bits and bobs. But I am all for jamming another game and getting a proper run in. I do know that this week I have Bogles on the list because it was requested. We also have, what was the other decks that I wanted to try out this week? Cascade Reanimator, Golgari Aristocrats, Bogles, and Simic Madness. These are all decks I'll be adding to polls this week to play with. So I would love to go first. We got a looting in our opener. That means it's a keep. Simple. It's probably not actually a keep, but if this is a creature based matchup, we're probably in like really good position. Also, not going to play looting this turn. I would rather wait until next turn and fire off a Fiery Temper if we need to. Okay. Preordain is usually run by the Dimir and Mono Blue Delver lists, so we'll bear that in mind. These Alchemist Greeting could come in handy actually. I think I'm gonna fire this off now and just Two Carnariums feels too slow, so I'm gonna pitch one. I don't think that if you're running Preordain, it's not likely that you're a graveyard deck, so you know what, I'll pitch Swamp and I'll play Bog now. Because if it turns out that they are a graveyard deck, I'll be able to flip it back with Carnarium and that'll be fine. But yeah, we'll see. That could have been wrong. Might have just had to pitch another Carnarium, but we will see how we go. This feels like it is a Spell Stutter Sprite. Always yield. I'll bounce the Bog. And then I'll pass turn. Alright. What else is our opponent doing? Okay, so they're likely mono blue. But it's weird because they haven't done anything. I'm a flashback looting. Okay. Let's pitch Fiery Temper, and they know about Bog, so sure, 3 to your face. They could be mono blue desert control like I was playing. Oh no, it's blue white. Inside out? It's not that weird equipment list again, is it? Oh, it could be familiars. Oh yeah, it could be familiars actually. Here comes an ephemerate. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. There we go. Yep. Alright, so our instant speed. Yeah. Oh god, this is gonna be awful. Yeah, so this is a blue white flicker, or it could be acid trip, or could be a number of things actually. Could be a number of things. Do we just fuck this Muldrifter up now? I think we do. I think we actually do. Like if we play, yeah, they're just gonna draw more cards. So like, let's not. Yeah, I feel like that was a bit of a weak spot for them to ephemerate, but I mean, they got some decent value out of it, I guess. They drew 2 cards. Wait. No, they drew 4 cards. Never mind. Yeah, this is Acid Trip. So, yeah, Acid Trip's good too. Acid Trip's real silly. So, Acid Trip, the reason it's called Acid Trip is because of Reality Acid. 3 mana for an aura that enchants permanent with Vanishing 3. At the beginning of each upkeep, you remove a time counter from it, and when the last one's removed, you sacrifice it. And when Reality Acid leaves the battlefield, enchanted permanent's controller sacrifices it. So, you play a bunch of stuff like Horse Skyfisher that returns a permanent you control, which in this case is Reality Acid, and they remove that from the battlefield, meaning that we now lose that land that tapped for 2 mana. So, here comes that land destruction. Cool. Again, gonna have to take the opportunity to just do a murder, because if they ephemerate that again next turn, we're massively screwed. Because they'll just blow up another land, and then we're in trouble. But it's likely that they're going to be able to do it anyway, because here comes the Reality Acid. Yeah, here comes Reality Acid. Another Skyfisher. Yeah, wow. Yeah, we're getting murdered here. We're getting murdered today, let me tell you that. The thing is now they have it back in hand, so they could just do it again. Okay. Cool. So we need them. We need them not to have another way to bring it back to their hand this turn. Oh, god. Yep. All right. Cool. Yep. Azorius Panza is another name for this. Yep. We're very much in the vice here. We are very much in the vice. Yep. I'm going to use Haggle's ability to discard. It looks like we're going to have to discard Grape Scrambler, not pay the Madness cost, draw Bloodfell Caves, play Bloodfell Caves, We have to keep this neonate alive because it's one of our best chances to snap on if they target the Skyfisher with an ephemerate. But yeah, no, we're about to have a very bad time. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is a deck I can get behind. This is a deck I can get behind for sure. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, cool. So we have an island. Like, the creatures our opponent play are not particularly powerful on the board, but that doesn't matter if your opponent can't cast a single spell in their deck. So yeah, it's a deck. It's a deck. All right. Okay, honestly, I think this is our best bet at getting out of this lock. Is if they do not target Dreamstalker with an ephemerate, we can sack Insolent Neonate at instant speed. Oh my God. If they just have another one, then we're kind of like hard ruined. Yeah. Yeah. So we can discard a card. Alchemist Greeting. Pay for it. They're probably going to read that because nobody casts it ever. This deck feels underpowered in comparison, we'll say. Definitely feels underpowered in comparison. Yep. And then, yep. So, we're down to one island. Oh, Leanne's here.
I had to make a work phone call. That required all my bits.
Leanne doing work phone calls.
Couldn't have Scott streaming in the background.
No. Okay, so we're like super dead. We're super dead. Not just a little. Really dead. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next game. Need more islands. Yeah, turns out that turning my mountains into islands is not very good for me. So okay, Red Elemental Blast seems like an auto include. Honestly, I don't know what we're gonna do here. Because they're not really a graveyard deck. They don't do a whole lot with their bin. This might just be a terrible match. This might just be a terrible matchup.
Have we seen any new spoilers lately?
Leanne's asking me if I've seen any of the new spoilers. I haven't. I'm gonna look after this game. We'll take a quick look.
Okay, there's one you'll really like.
Really?
I think so.
Apparently there's one that she thinks I'll really like. So we have no discard in our sideboard. We do have 2 Psychotic Episodes in the main deck, but honestly, this could probably become 4. Like this feels way better than Alchemist Greeting. Like, we're not short on removal. We have 4 Fiery Temper. We have instant speed Reckless Worms. We have Dark Witherings. Like, I would definitely change this around. Greeting seems kind of bad. Honestly, Dark Withering also seems kind of bad. Not gonna lie. It's just 2 Rebs, isn't it? We're just bringing in 2 Rebs. I'm gonna take out 2 Greetings because they don't even kill the Dreamstalkers because they have 5 toughness. So let's just go with that. I guess I was just thinking we could have. Yeah, I know. Like, me running a deck with no discard makes no sense. If I'm running black, I run discard. In fact, hold on a second. Bear with me. I would love to go first. Yes. I think I'll keep this hand. It's fine. The scary thing about it though is the Rakdos Carnarium. I actually have a deck here in paper in front of me that I often play with, and it is, where is it gone? It is, oh, can you see it? Castigates and Pestilences, Orzhov Control in Pauper, another favorite of mine. I'm gonna install Neonate. But yeah, this runs 2 to 4 main deck Castigates, and then up to 0 to 2 Duresses as well, main deck, because I mean it's what those colors are good at. Like, do something with it. Okay. Hopefully we can get some little angeries out first. So I'm gonna discard. I'm gonna discard a looting and a charger. Then I'm gonna play Carnarium. Bounce the mountain. I know the Carnarium is like a huge target, but like, I'm just gonna have to accept it. After this game, I'll run to the spoilers and have a look, and then I will probably be leaving it there. I know it's a little bit of a short one today. Oh, they must have drawn very poorly. Well, this allows us to fix the mistake that I made, which is I want those in and the Alchemist Greetings out. I think you could actually just, if you want to keep tons of removal in this deck, get rid of these and just put 4 Edicts in. Like, it seems very straightforward. With that said, I think I actually prefer Edicts to the Dark Witherings as well, to be honest. They don't feel fantastic. Yeah, I think we just submit as is. I'd really want to see how Ikoria, because of cycling, how Ikoria affects the Songs of the Damned combo deck in Pauper. That looks real sweet. So I know it's Reality Acid, right? I know, and like having lots of lands is good, so I'm gonna keep it like a big fool. But I'm gonna yield to that for sure. Okay, and see, look, we're just gonna draw gas now. This is great. Yes, I kept a 6-lander, by the way. Yes. Okay, sure. Spreading sees me. That's fine. That's fine. I'll just Carnarium and bounce that land back. Now it's no longer an island. Sweet. The dual lands are I can't remember what they're called. Bounce lands. There we go. Are actually particularly good sometimes in this kind of setup. I think I'm actually just going to pitch the Bluffell Caves. Love good Turbo Xerox Shell outside of Ponder Prelude and Brainstorm. Like whatever main deckable. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, Wilt. I mean, maybe. I don't think I'd bother with it, mostly because because it's 2 mana to cycle. If it was 1 mana to cycle, I'd be like, yeah, you know what, just throw it in. Like if it was like Deliverer's Descent kind of thing, then I'd be like, yeah, screw it, go for it, you know. But because it's not, I'm kind of like, maybe don't. I'm going to edict them now, just to help keep the board clear, have something to do, I think. So they did get a Reality Acid, which means that they can cast it this turn if they want to. And if they do, I'm going to use Psychotic Episode with I'm going to use Psychotic Episode with Insolent Neonate, because that implies that because they don't have all the mana to do it now, it implies that they have a way of getting it back, which I'm pretty good with. Are they going to get another one? 2 Reality Acids. Real acid. No. Sprouting Seas. Okay, sure, yeah. Yeah, it's basically blue white Ponza, which is kind of ridiculous now that I say it out loud. So I'm going to Fateless Looting, and I'm going to discard Psychotic Episode and Bloodfell Caves. And I'm okay with this. Yes, I'm going to cast it. I'm going to target them. I'm going to pay 1 and a black. I'm fine with leaving them with Spreading Seas. I'm not fine with Reality Acid. Now that I know that they have a Ninja of the Deep Hours, I'd be inclined to block with Insolent Neonate next turn. I'm going to take the Reality Acid. That leaves them with a bunch of cards. I'm going to play Carnarium, bounce the Mount Ain. Now they are very incentivized to... Oh wait, no, I made a mistake. Oh, I'm a dum-dum. I'm a huge idiot, by the way. Huge idiot. The reason I left them with a Spreading Seas is so that I could use the bounce land to bounce back to my hand. Well, there you go. There you go. This is what happens. Yeah, so this is the ploy. They know that we have the they actually still have that island. Because I don't think they played a land this turn. I'm gonna block here. Okay. And I'm gonna activate this to discard a mountain. We're flooding hard actually. Really thought I would have gotten a lot more gas by now, but however. Yeah. Big misplays with the bounce land there, unfortunately. But yeah, they have another bounce land, bring back the island. Okay, can we do anything this turn? I guess we can mountain. I think I want to thrill here, and I think I'm gonna pitch a mountain and draw 2. It's kind of episode we can't cast that yet, but we'll just pass turn. I feel like we're gonna get our other bounce land, Spreading Seas. We're getting, yeah, they're going to attack with the Helios Pilgrim. This is actually very, very clever. They're going to attack with the Helios Pilgrim. They're going to ninjutsu in Ninja of the Deep Hours. They're going to draw a card off of it. Then they're going to be able to replay Helios Pilgrim, get another Reality Acid, and then continue the destruction on our lands. Which is, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Gotta give it to them. I saw this list running ninjas and I was like, what the hell? Why? But yeah, now that I see it in action, I'm like, dear God, this is gross. I'm becoming more and more intrigued by this deck now. Definitely on my to play list. Definitely, yeah. Like, they're just getting another Reality Acid. Like, you know, no big deal. No biggie. Reality Acid into hand, yeah. So we know that they've used this and they've got this. They have a Skyfisher and a Reality Acid. That much we're aware of. That's real bad. Basically. We can looting. Pitch the Psychotic episode. Okay, this actually works out okay. So, provided they don't have Ephemerate, we can pitch Psychotic Episode and Fiery Temper. Get the value from both, hopefully. Hit the Ninja. Boop. Don't have an Ephemerate. Don't have an Ephemerate. If you have an Ephemerate, I'm going to be sad. I'm gonna be sad. I should have done this the other way around. I should have had Psychotic Episode happen first, because then I would have been able to take the Ephemerate. Yeah. Yeah, that's really brutal actually. Yeah. Get real acid out of here. Carnarium. Bounce the Carnarium, which is a weird one to do, but however. We're not up mana, but we are technically, sort of. They use Helios Pilgrim to go get another reality acid. They play the reality acid. They go and use the Azorius Chancery to go and play the Skyfisher. Yeah, we're kind of locked in here. We're kind of locked into losing a land. Doesn't feel very good. Not gonna lie. Is this what playing? Is this? Yeah, this might actually be the best Ponza deck in modern. I would say, or not modern, Pauper. Best land destruction deck. Yeah, I think. Skyfisher. All right. Yep. Whip it back up. Here we go. Goodbye, real acid. I'll always yield to reality acid. I have no little tricks for that one. Yeah, then they draw a card. They're in their absolute element here. Getting some good old murdering going on here. All right. Dark Withering. Can we do anything with that knowing they have a counterspell up? No. We're like real dead. We could flashback looting. Counterspell? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Pass a turn. Yep. We need to be able to flashback that looting in order to pitch Dark Withering to kill the ninja. But now that, yeah, they're just gonna keep drawing into Stone Cold Gasoline right now, and we're gonna die in 3 turns, 2, 4, 7. No, 2 turns. Okay, that's reasonable. We can still technically survive, but not easily or well. I guess if you want to put it that way. This feels undeniably awful. To be honest, this feels like it's practically unwinnable. Edict doesn't do it here because they'll just sack the Pilgrim and then they have lethal. So I'm gonna have to try and flashback again. Yeah, you know what, opponent? You've done such a thorough job at kicking my ass. I'll just let you kill me. I'll bounce the same land again. It's all good. We got murdered. This deck is trash. No, it's fine. It's fine. I think we just came across some bad matches. Opponent, you don't need to. Opponent, if you're gonna be like this, don't be a sore winner. Opponent, don't be a sore winner. Valero, you're a big salty boy. Or girl, my mistake. Boy or girl. Valero, you salty person. I don't know. It's rare that I've ever seen a girl act this salty, to be honest. It's usually just some person having some guy having like a little old neckbeardy time. But hey. But hey, how never. What did we learn about the deck? Well, it's a bit garbage. It's a bit garbage, not gonna lie. The things that stood out: Grape Scrambler, I knew from my Tortex days that this is a very, very good card. These are all the cards that I think are very, very good and should stay in the deck. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's actually like all of these. The Fiery Tempers are classics. They're very, very good. The Reckless Worms, nice little beaters. They're pretty good. I'll reserve judgment on Underworld Charger for now because, to be honest, we didn't really see them in action. I'm not convinced because they're 3 mana 3/3s that can't block, or 5 mana 5/5s that can't block, which are both not great rates. But again, you know, we'll see. Honestly, I think you could probably get away with just turning this into Mardu Tortex and just going hard on the madness side of things instead, and be okay with that. Like I think that's pretty okay. Like using Tortex, you can instant speed in Reckless Worms and stuff, and that feels real good. Alchemist Greeting, Garbo card, get it out of here. Never played this card. This card here, don't play it. It's real bad, real bad. I don't care if it worked that one time. It's not good. It's bad. Dark Withering, also, I would say cut it. I would just say just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. The reason I say get rid of it, like, sure, it's a great rate at 1 mana, but if you don't have a discard outlet, which sometimes we didn't, it is terrible. It's actually terrible. I would say if you're going with the Rakdos and you're determined to go with Rakdos discard based stuff, throw in 4 Tortured Existence, stick in a few dredgers, like 6 dredgers, and then use that package and just go real creature heavy, and just go with that. It's just better. Run your Grape Scramblers as your card advantage engine. Run your Psychotic Episodes and stuff if you want, like discard cards and all that kind of stuff. You would have to pull back on the spells like Fiery Temper and Psychotic Episode if you were going the Tortex route, but you can still do Madness without Tortured Existence and use like non-creature spells and stuff, but it feels like it would just be weaker than if you were to do it with Tortured Existence. To be honest, Tortured Existence can be a bit of a pain to play on Magic Online, not gonna lie. There's about 1,000 clicks involved in every game, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so to close it up, let's look at the spoilers that Leanne said I should really like. So let's take a look.
There's one I think I'll be happy about.
One I'll be happy about. Okay, well let's scroll down. Let's see. Cathartic Reunion, I do love.
There you go.
And it's very cute.
It's very cute. It's part of a story.
It's part of a story. Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay. So let's have a look. So Cathartic Reunion, additional cost to cast a spell, discard 2 cards, draw 3 cards. Fantastic card. Should probably just be in standard like all the time anyway. It never really plays a huge role, but it's pretty good. I quite like it. Then we have Capture Sphere, 3 and a blue for an aura with flash, enchant creature, tap target creature, doesn't untap during its controllers and tap step. That's fair. And then I actually really like this one, Forbidden Friendship. 1 and a red sorcery, create a 1/1 red dinosaur creature token with haste and a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. They became friends. So the 3-part story is they became friends because in Ikoria, the whole thing is that the dinosaurs and the beasts and all rule, and the humans are the food, basically the bottom of the food chain. And so they became friends, and then they obviously got captured. The dinosaur got captured by the humans and stuff, and then it got rescued, and they had a cathartic reunion. Yeah, it's quite nice. I really like the art on the next one though. Frondland Felidar. Did you see this, cat? No. Look at this art. It's beautiful. Frondland Felidar is 2 a green and a white for a 3/5 cat beast with vigilance, and creatures you control with vigilance have pay 1 and tap it to tap target creature. That's real good and limited. Like real good and limited. Like vigilance tribal. There are a couple of things in the set with vigilance, and if they all can tap your creatures, that's pretty sick. That was pretty sick. I like this. I like this a lot. I don't know where you would use Forbidden Friendship or Frontline Felidar, but like they're not all cards need to have function. Yeah. Sometimes the form's all that matter. Yeah. That's real cute. I like that. I like that a lot. So that is it for myself. I've got to go and get dinner prepared because we have to get ready. We play D&D on Monday evenings. It is currently 6:05 in the evening, and we have D&D at 7, where we will be playing with a couple of friends. Leanne is a tiefling druid, and I'm a half-elf warlock. I'm also a jerk, but kind of like a jerk that tries to be nice.
Do you?
Sometimes try to be nice, maybe.
Mostly a jerk.
Leon's saying I'm mostly a jerk. I disagree, but hey, whatever. It's cool. Okay, so that's it for myself. If you missed any of this, I will be putting this up on YouTube tomorrow, so you can catch the whole thing, including all of the spiel at the start where I went through the spoilers and gave my opinions on stuff. And if you're not yet following me on Twitter, jump over there and do so at Savantier. That is also the name of my YouTube channel. And if you're not yet following or subscribing here, please consider doing so. It helps me out a hell of a lot. And that is it for myself. I will see you all on Wednesday. And until then, everybody, stay safe, take it easy, wash your hands, wash your damn hands,
Dirty pigs.
and stop touching your face like I am. And keep on checking.